Hello. I wanted to do a quick live, and my internet is kind of sketch right now, so hopefully it doesn't cut out too much. But I just wanted to talk a little bit about some of the things that I've noticed and some of the things that I've realized, primarily about men and healing. And without going too deep, I just want to say, you need to be responsible for yourself. Like, no woman or no man is responsible for healing you. Um, and I feel like one of the things I hear a lot of women talk about and a lot of men talk about is about like a woman like being with a man through his phase of growing up, which is commonly characterized or told as like a man, riding with him, being his ride or die, or building with him. And of course, like a lot of circles are cautioning women from doing this. And the reason why, you know, this is so is because at that point you're growing into yourself. You're learning about yourself. And same thing with women, it's really not a time to be in a relationship when you're trying to find yourself. You need to do that by yourself. So it's really unfair, and you're basically using another person as your healer or trying to use them as their healer. You're siphoning energy from them when you want somebody to build or ride with you through, emotional struggles and financial struggles and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's really like trifling, honestly, to expect and want somebody to be with you while you go through those phases of your life. And so I really just want to, um, tell men and tell women as well, like, that ain't the way. Like, if somebody is still finding themselves, they need to be by themselves. It's not, you aren't helping them by being there with them while they go through their shit. They need to go through their shit that's them. That's them. That's their life. That's something that they need to deal with. And I feel like that's what has messed up so many people's lives, is trying to be with somebody while they're going through their shit, while they're growing. That is, you're basically intermeshing yourself with someone else's journey of growth. And so you're impeding your own growth. You know what I'm saying? This is why there's so many, I talk to so many women that are like 10, 20, 30 years older than me talking about they just now finding themselves. And it's because they was with dude face, and they were the mother, basically the spiritual mother for dude face to do all of his spiritual growth and all of his growing. And then of course, once dude face gets his stuff together, he runs off with Lucy so and so down the street, and the woman is so shocked. But it's just like, it's because he was using you as a growth catalyst. He was just like riding on your back to, you were just a vehicle for his growth. You know what I mean? And again, a lot of women have been taught, especially women, but I know men who've done this too. Like, I know men who've gone through this. But a lot of women, especially in the black church, we're taught to like hold your man down. And the only thing that you're holding down is yourself. That's the only thing you're holding down is yourself, because you're sitting around waiting on dude face to get his shit together. You're waiting on him to propose. You're waiting on him to get enough money. You're waiting on him to finish school. And then you wait and you wait and you wait. And then you look up and you're 40, 50, 60 years old. And now he wants to go and frolic with whomever or do whatever he wants to do with his life, because now he's finally reached the level of maturity. What is this? I don't even know what that is. But he's finally reached the level of maturity that he wants to be on. And so that's why I just really, like, I hate when I hear people saying that they're healing together and they're trying to get through their shit. You can't get through your shit together. Y'all got to get through y'all shit separately. It's because you need to work on you. He need to work on him. or she need to work on her, you know, whatever. Like, you know, that's not, you know, I've always heard like a marriage is two whole people coming together. It's not two halves. Or you're going to have a whole bunch of bullshit. It's going to be a hot mess. So you need to be responsible for your own personal healing. And one of the things that I realized recently is like, I was talking to one of my exes, and he was criticizing me for some of the modalities that I use to heal myself, one of them being therapy. And I just was like, wow, like look at you. You're such a hot mess. Like you're about 13, such a fucking hot mess. And but you want me to be with you in a romantic sense, and you still have so much growing to do. And of course he uses the typical bullshit terms of like growing with him, building with him, holding him down, things of that nature. And I just was like, no, because you're going to impede on my personal growth. I don't have time to do that. I have people that I gave birth to help mature and grow. I'm not going to do that for another adult. Like that, I'm not, you're an adult. You're responsible for yourself. You're responsible for healing your intergenerational trauma. The shit that your mama and your daddy and your grandmama and your granddaddy did. You're responsible for that. And I'm responsible for that on my end. And I'm not going to merge with you when I have growing to do. And I'm not going to try to, you know, hold your hand and have you help you cross the street for the growing that you need to do. You're going to slow me down, and all the power that I got, I'm going to help you speed the fuck up. And then I'm being slowed down. I'm not going to do that. And also, you know, that level of emotional labor is very taxing on a person. I've seen men go through this too with women. It's very, very taxing, and it ages a person. And I'm not going to do that. And so if you're in a relationship with somebody, or you feel compelled to be in a relationship with somebody, or you feel like y'all are twin flames, or y'all are soulmates or whatever, but you always have to bring that person up to your level, or vice versa, they always got to do it for you, and they have a lot of work they need to do, and they have a lot of things they need to process, you need to leave them alone. If y'all are really supposed to be together, y'all will get back together. But it's not, it's just not healthy. You know, as many people are saying in the comments, it's toxic. You know, and you guys are not going to get as far as you would have gotten or will get with someone who is and who has done the type of work that you need to do for yourself. And that's one thing I realized too, is when this person was saying that, I was just like, you know what, I would do so much better with a man who wasn't afraid of therapy, who wasn't afraid of doing spiritual work on himself, who wasn't afraid of looking at his own wounds and healing them on his own. We would do so much more than if I dealt with somebody who's like, no, I don't need therapy, but I've dealt with X, Y, Z, and D, and F, and I got all these problems, you know, but I don't need it. No, because I'm going to be carrying that burden with you. And then if we have children, they're going to be carrying that burden. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing it. That's not fair to me. It's not fair to the kids. You know, if we have kids together, it's just not fair. I mean, there's money karma hung up in that. There's physical trauma hung up in that. And I'm not going to do that. Because I have realized through the work that I've done with myself, like I just look back on even some of the relationships that I was in when I was younger, like I was probably toxic as fuck to people because I needed so much hand holding and I needed so much reassurance and I had low self-esteem and all these other kind of things like that. And you know, the people that did abuse me, they had a field day with my ass because I was so unsure of myself. Exactly. I agree with that too. But then you got people that don't even know what that means. So then, again, you're going to be trying to train them and teach them. I don't have any pets, okay? So it's not my job to train nobody. All the training that I plan on doing is potty training, okay? Potty training, child rearing, that's all the training. I'm not about to train an adult who didn't get the proper training as a child. That's something they need to do and work on themselves. So, again, like this person, you know, they had certain comments about certain things that I've done to work on myself, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm sorry, brother, like, I'm gonna let you lay in your own shit, because that's what you need to do so that you can get to another level, and, you know, maybe you'll meet somebody on the level that you're on, and y'all could do whatever y'all supposed to do in this lifetime. But I know for me and the level of work that I've done on myself and the level of self-awareness that I have, I need someone that's on that same level. I don't need somebody that's just like, yeah, I know I've had all these million trillions of traumas, but I'm good. No, because that's going to become a burden for me, especially, with me being a very spiritually sensitive person. That's going to become very toxic for me and harmful to me. And, I know for a fact that my oldest son has a lot of spiritual sensitivities as well. No. Yeah. And I feel like the whole notion of hold me down, build with me, we'll get on the other side together is basically you making somebody into a trauma treatment center. You are. That's why you want somebody to come along with you. Matter of fact, I knew this one dude who he hasn't lived alone in so long. His girlfriend, he moves in girlfriend after girlfriend. He always got a chick living with him. Why? Because he can't be by himself and he can't deal with himself. And I know another dude that and then women do this too, don't get me wrong. I know another dude who is saying that he's gonna stop his roommate situation once he gets a wife. And I was like, why don't you just buy a house so that you already have a house there for when you do get married? No, I think I'm just comfortable here because I just don't want to be in the house alone. And I was like, see, that's what the fuck is wrong with you. That's what the fuck is wrong with you right now. You don't want to be alone. And that is a problem. And, I was actually talking to one of my close friends about this, is like how a lot of people are suffering during this quarantine period because they don't want to be there by themselves and they're having a hard time being by themselves. And I was like, that's a problem. That's some shit you need to, probably is what the quarantine is for you to work on yourself, because that's very toxic that you can't spend time alone. And that's why some people just constantly get in relationships and pull on other people's energy so much and want people around them all the time because they have issues that they don't want to deal with, that they can't deal with by themselves. And yeah, and I think that's also why that person doesn't want to go to therapy, because then you have to sit and talk about your shit. And that's very scary for some people. So, just, it's deeper than, sisters don't want to hold brothers down. No, we don't deserve, and men don't either. You don't deserve to be anybody's trauma treatment center, as my sister Anthar just said. You do not have, you don't have to do that. That is so disgusting, and it's honestly very childish. You're looking for a person to basically help parent you when you need to be reparenting yourself. Like when you are working on healing your inner child, they call that reparenting yourself. You need to reparent yourself. I've been reparenting myself about 3 or 4 years now. It ain't been no joke either, but it's also why some of the relationships I've tried to start up during these past few years have not worked out, because I need to work on myself. So, again, I'm not dealing with somebody who's not focused on their own personal self-development. And again, you don't need to be starting your personal development journey just because you met me and I'm super spiritual and I know about this and I know about that. You should show up like that. So you see what I'm saying? I'm tired of motherfuckers like trying to show up and be like, oh, you're into this? Well, can you teach me? No, you should have been trying to learn that shit on your own. Just like I had to learn my shit on my by myself. You know what I mean? It's not somebody else's job to teach you how to heal. Again, if that's what you want to do, you need to go talk to a therapist. You need to go talk to a shaman. You need to go talk to a priest or a priestess. It's not your romantic partners, your friends. It's not their job to heal you. Not even after you become an adult, it's not even your parents' job to heal you. You have to do this shit on your own. And again, a lot of that time means that you need to be single. Stop letting motherfuckers make you feel bad because you're by yourself. You might need to be healed so that you can get your shit together. Because you're going to always show up as a half of a person, a fourth of a person, 75% of a person until you repairing yourself and you heal that inner child wound. Because that wound is going to always be there and it's going to always show up. So, that's all I wanted to say. I hope you have a good Monday. I'm about to start my work from home grind. So, I just wanted to share that. That was just on my heart. So, y'all have a good Monday. Bye.